The government representative isn't here yet. He's due any minute.
Fine.
Gentlemen, a new day is coming. I think we're going to get the green light to go ahead. We feel Watchbird is the answer to one of mankind's greatest problems. The way the wind's blowing, the government are coming across to our way of thinking. So, we save mankind and make ourselves rich into the bargain. Watchbird, a device which smells out murderers wherever they may be and prevents the crime taking place. Let's drink to Watchbird. What's the matter, Gil? Still not convinced?
A simple, reliable answer to civilization's greatest problem, all wrapped and packaged in a pound of incorruptible metal, crystal, and plastic.
That's right.
Perhaps, then, that's why I still have doubts. You don't solve human problems so easily. There's got to be a catch. Somewhere.
Gentlemen, the government, the President, with the consent of Congress, has acted to form a Watchbird division for every city and town in the country.
Murder is a very old problem. Watchbird is too new a solution.
SF-68. 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 Stories which plunge vividly into other worlds, other dimensions, other times. SF-68.
SF-68 presents Watchbird, adapted for broadcasting and produced by Michael McCabe. Watchbird. The President hopes, therefore, that full Watchbird service will be installed in the shortest possible time.
Well, sir, speaking for myself as President of Southern Consolidated, I expect to have the first batch of them distributed within a week.
Oh, fine. Mr. Gelson, a question?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
First, let me say, I'm 100% in favor of a machine to stop murder, but I object to the Watchbird's learning circuits. I believe there might be a moral danger in allowing a machine to make decisions that are rightfully man's.
No, come now, Gil. Well, the machines will only enforce decisions made by honest men from the beginnings of time.
I understand, Mr. Gelson. I sympathize. It's sad we have to use machines to reinforce our laws, but there's no other way of preventing a murderer committing his crime before he strikes. Watchbird has to be. Thank you.
And besides the moral aspect, an awful lot of policemen are going to be out of work.
15 years in homicide and the machines replacing me. The thing I don't understand is how do they do it? How did it all start, Captain?
Well, seems these scientists were working on criminology. They were studying murderers to find out what made them tick. So they found murderers throw out a different different sort of brain wave to other people, and their glands act funny, too. All this happens when they're going to commit a murder. So the scientists worked out this special machine that flashes red or something when the brain waves are turned on.
Scientists?
Well, after the scientists had built these machines, they didn't know what to do with them. Too big, see. Couldn't move them around. They fixed a few at police stations, but that was a fat lot of good. Murderers weren't in the habit of dropping in at the station to commit murders very often, you see. You couldn't get to the crime in time, you see. So they built the Watchbirds. The machines built into the birds. They smell out a murder before it's committed. The bloke who's going to do for somebody gets a powerful shot from the bird thing, which swoops down on him.
Well, better close up homicide, then.
Well, leaving a skeleton crew in until we see how the birds do.
Skeleton. That's funny.
Anyway, we've got to leave some men on. It seems the birds can't stop all murders.
How? Why not?
Seems some murderers don't have brain waves or glands or something. Right, then, you better ask the scientists. They'll stop it all soon enough, though, because they learn, the Watchbirds, just like people learn.
You're kidding. Learn? A machine?
Yeah. Every time something happens, when one of them meets a new type of crime, a new type of murder, the knowledge, or whatever it is stored in its robot brain. It learns, see?
Maybe one day they just won't bother to have human beings for anything anymore. Just goons made out of wire, dials walking around. But I still don't see how a lump of mechanical bird flying around in the sky can stop some geezer getting bumped off. Don't come no closer. Just hand over what you've got in that drawer.
You nasty little twerp. I'll break everything.
Don't say nothing.
It takes guts to use a gun, and you have...
All right. Okay? Take it. Well, I saw it. I saw it out there. They work. Those flaming Watchbird things work.
Name's Dinelli. In and out of jail. A no-gooder, Chief. The Watchbird did a very fine job. He was about to shoot a grocer. You know, the man wouldn't hand over the money in the till. The bird smelt the murder out, Chief. So, why so glum? You're going to be a big man. After all, without you, the Watchbird would never have been...
I'm afraid of machine thinking. Aren't you?
No. But why? If you are afraid, then why did you go along with the whole Watchbird project?
At first it seemed a good idea. I didn't realize just what it would entail. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't like the learning circuits, Mac. I don't like the idea of machines gathering knowledge. Gathering.
What's the matter? Afraid your machines are going to wake up one day and say, "What are we doing here? Let's go out and rule the world."
Maybe. Something like that. I'm not happy. Money's being made. The police are being put out of work. It's all going smoothly, but I'm scared. Somewhere inside of me, I'm scared stiff. I'm getting out of the whole project.
Will you take an engineer's word on this, Chief?
Go ahead.
Now, look, the Watchbirds are no more dangerous than a motor car or a TBM computer, a calculator, or even a thermometer. The purpose of them is to frustrate all murder attempts. They respond to certain stimuli. Only certain murders give out these stimuli, these waves. Now, in order to stop all murders, and new ones too, the Watchbirds have to search out new definitions of murder with their learning circuits, and, they correlate this knowledge, you see.
I think it's inhuman.
Oh, but they're only machines, Chief. You can't bribe them or drag them. You know, you shouldn't fear them either.
I know all this, but sometimes I feel like the man who invented dynamite.
He thought it'd only be used for blowing up tree stumps. Yes? Oh. Pardon? Oh. Thanks. I'll think about it.
Something wrong, Chief?
The purpose of the Watchbirds is to stop living organisms from committing murder.
Right.
Murder is defined as an act of violence, breaking, mangling, maltreating, or otherwise stopping the functions of another living organism.
Well, yes, I know all about that.
Let me back. Murderers are detectable by certain chemical and electrical changes.
Right.
Well, something's gone wrong.
What?
One of the Watchbirds has just gone to work on a slaughterhouse man. Knocked him down as he was about to kill a bull.
Yes, but... Oh, no.
With their new learning circuits, they've defined that killing of animals is murder.
Aye. Well, the packers will have to recognize their slaughtering. I never did like it anyway.
Mac, don't you see? I knew something was going to go wrong. The Watchbirds can't differentiate between a murderer and a man engaged in a legitimate profession. To them, murder's murder.
Well, all right. So the circuits need a little ironing out. That's all, Chief. That's all.
That's all. Come on, get going. Move. Come on, you stupid little horse. Oh! Yeah. All right, okay. Another fisherman, Mac. It seems that the Watchbirds won't let him fish, even though his family's starving. And then there was a farmer who wanted to whip his horse to make it go. Pow! Watchbird. The hunter. All he was doing was shooting a deer. He had a license. Pow! Watchbird. Everybody assumed that all we wanted was murder stopped. We assumed the Watchbirds would know this too. We ought to have qualified the conditions.
No, they just have to be told that, that some things that look like murder isn't murder. New data fed into their brains, that's all.
Yeah, but why should they stop fishermen?
Well, why shouldn't they? Fish and animals are living organisms. We just don't think that killing them is murder.
I am not to be disturbed. I just... oh. Yes. Of course. Put him on. Yes. It's the office of the President. Hello? Of course. Yes. Goodbye, sir.
What now?
There was a mass murderer from a long time back, before the Watchbirds. He was due to be executed this morning.
Well?
As the executioner was making the final adjustments, a Watchbird hit him. Hard.
No.
As he got up to finish what he'd started, the Watchbird hit him again. This time the shot killed him. We're to close down temporarily, but at once. The birds operate independently of central control, so once a week, when they beam in for their repair checkup, we're to turn them off, one by one.
They're learning fast, gathering knowledge. To stop murder, any murder. A fly buzzes round the room, an old man stalks the fly with a newspaper rolled up to kill it. Watchbird.
The old man, given only a mild shock. But he had a weak heart. He died. The fly was
safe.
The victim saved. Save the victim and give the aggressor his just deserts. I'm worried, too, now, like the man who invented dynamite. When all the birds are in and switched off, there's a lot of work to be done on the new circuits.
What is it, Mac?
30%, that's all. There are no more of the watchbirds coming in. We can't shut them off because they aren't coming in.
They've learned a sense of self-preservation. They think of themselves as living organisms. The distress signal must have gone out from one of the birds we did manage to switch off, and the others heard it. We've got to do something, Mac, and fast.
A report's just come in this morning. Operation at the city main hospital. One of them got into the theater just as the surgeon was making the main incision.
No.
Drove off the surgeon and stood guard over the patient. The surgeon couldn't do anything. Just stood by while his patient dies.
There's a new definition of living organism in the memory files of the Watchbirds. A man stopped in his car on the side of the road for a sleep. He went to turn off the engine of his car and a watchbird swooped. For the watchbird, the man was going to kill the car.
In the north, the farmers can't cut their hay. Hay is a living organism. Grain can't be harvested. Watchbird.
A gardener was struck down trying to dig a fork into the ground. He was murdering the sod.
Watchbird. The slaughterhouses are standing still. The cattle are dying in their pens.
Watchbird. The animal world has become the domain of the watchbirds.
Rabbits are being electrocuted trying to eat vegetables.
Watchbird, a butterfly, executed, caught in the act of trying to outrage a rose.
10,000 bolts of lightning, irrational and becoming increasingly more deadly, ranging round the country.
Watchbirds, striking irrationally 1,000 times a day.
A man was killed this morning trying to turn off his radio set. For the watchbird, the radio set is now a living organism. To turn the set off is to kill it.
But they can't be everywhere. There aren't enough of them. So now, because they must feel this impotence, they kill. They don't just put an offender out of action anymore. They kill. What are we going to do?
Well, they can't run forever. They must fall apart without repairs, and they can't come in for repairs. But how long, Mac? How long?
6 months? Maybe a year.
A year? The farmers can't break the ground for plowing because the birds have decided it's a living organism. Ecological balance is gone, just gone. Like the rabbit plague in Australia.
Something fast. Fast. Oh, think. The death rate's mounting. Doctors can't... What was that about Australia?
How did they control the rabbits there?
Oh, they found some kind of germ that only attacked the rabbits.
Work on that. Government arrives 3 o'clock this afternoon. We've got to have something for those men. We're to have a preliminary meeting at noon. All the manufacturers and engineers in the scheme. We have to have a plan.
It must rest with the government. We, the manufacturers and the engineers, cannot...
Please, gentlemen, I understand. Congress accepts this responsibility. But first, now, and without any more talk, the plan.
And just a few weeks ago, these very men were willing to accept a share of the glory of saving the whole world from murder.
So, you are hereby empowered to put the outlined plan into action.
But wait,
There's no time.
it won't work. At least, it will work. And no good.
What are you talking about, Gilsey?
I'm afraid the cure will be worse than the disease. Look, haven't we learned yet? Can't we understand that we cannot cure human problems by mechanization?
Mr. Gilson, I would enjoy hearing you philosophize, but unfortunately people are being killed. And for you, as the originator of the watch,
That is not at this point relevant.
there's famine in 8 country sectors. The watchbirds must be stopped.
Murder must be stopped, too. I remember all of us agreeing on that. But this is not the way.
Then what, may I ask, is the way, Mr. Gilson?
Let the watchbirds run down by themselves.
Mr. Kelson, you're overwrought. What you suggest is...
Take our lesson. Admit we were wrong. Trying to... Well, resist and wait. I will have silence.
All of you are ordered by the President to carry out the plan you submitted. Not to do so will be treason.
Watchbird operating erratically now. Many delicate parts out of line, worn by almost continuous operation.
Spider attacks fly. Watchbird swoops gallantly to the rescue.
Simultaneously, Watchbird becomes aware of something overhead.
Angrily, Watchbird spits a shockwave back.
But the attacker is heavily insulated. The attacker is a hawk, built to hunt and kill watchbirds. Thousands upon thousands of hawks.
Watchbird falls, but the message goes out to its fellows. Urgent, new menace to living organisms, deadliest yet.
Watchbirds around the country integrate the message. Their thinking centers search
for an answer.
Well, Chief, they bagged 50 today, the Hawks.
Fine.
Oh, not so fine. It was 73 yesterday. Oh, they'll pick it up again. The Hawks are built very strong, built especially to hunt down watchbirds. They're faster and they've got better armor. Aye, we really rolled them out in a hurry, didn't we?
We did that.
The watchbirds are good too, mind you. They're learning to take cover. Oh, but anything the birds can do, the Hawks can do better. They've got a special learning circuit for hunting, more flexible. They learn faster.
Mac, tell me, what will the Hawks hunt after they get all the watchbirds?
Well, why?
Just to be on the safe side, you'd better design something to hunt down the Hawks.
Yes,
just in case. All I know is that the Hawks are self-controlled, so with the watchbirds, remote control would have been too slow, the argument went. The idea was to get all the watchbirds and get them fast. That meant no restricting circuits.
Oh, we can... look, we can work out something.
You've got an aggressive machine up in the air now, a murder machine. Before that, it was an anti-murder machine. Your next gadget will have to be even more self-sufficient, won't it? Oh, I don't hold you responsible. It's me. It's everyone. That's what comes of giving a machine a job that was our own responsibility.
Outside the building in which they talk, McIntyre and Gelson, a swift moving dot.
A hawk zeroing in on a watchbird.
The armored murder machine has learnt a lot in a few days.
Its sole function, to kill.
At the moment, it's being impelled towards a certain type of living organism, metallic, like itself.
But what happens, Mac, when the Hawks discover there are other types of living organisms, too, which have to be murdered?
Watchbird was adapted for broadcasting and produced by Michael McCabe. Listen again next Friday night at 9:30 to SF-68.